Hello, today we'll be learning how to make a batch fitting of uh, multiple curves of Brilliant spectra. So first, open your origin, then import multiple SQ2 files, then access your documents, and make sure that it's all file tab or whatever in your case it is. Then add, show options dialog. Okay, start new columns, header lines, uncheck auto-determine subheader lines, renaming, uncheck include file path and append file name to workbook comment, and instead check append file name to column comment. Okay. Wait a few seconds. Okay, so here is all the data. It has all the names of the files as the comments, and also these are all Brilliant spectra, and this is the x-axis for them. So this one's unnecessary, and all these files, all these lines, cells are also unnecessary, so we should just delete them. You should take a x-axis, make it x-axis, then bring it to the front, make it the first column here. Then by default, the very first column will be x-axis, so we should switch it, the auto 0001 to y-axis. And generally it's much more useful to copy the comment line and paste it onto a long name line. So, and yeah, and I generally prefer to make them all the same width, but that's not necessary. So at this step, I will just save it somewhere because that might be useful wherever you want to. Okay, and I generally add one extra, so that's where I'll be putting all the fitting results. So let's plot one of them, usually the very first one. Zoom in onto one of the Brilliant peaks. So zoom in by clicking this button, select the data which will be fitted. So I usually take it so that I can have clear Brilliant peak with some background, but here I cannot really take much of the background because of the modes of the laser going into the interferometer. So yeah, that's fine. And analysis, fitting, single peak fitting. So if you want to fit just a single curve, you just select the function and fit. But if you do batch fitting, I recommend going to data selection. And here, current project, uncheck all of them. Then, since you already have the first one, start from the second one and up to the very last one. Add, okay. They will all appear here, and you can notice that only the very first one has a range, and the rest don't have. So you just click here, apply row range to all. So they all will be fitted in this very particular range. So then we just select the function. Usually it's either Lorentzian or the Voigt fitting, Voigt function that we fit it into. Yes, and once you see all these kind of curves, just click fit and wait. It may, depending on how many curves you have, it may take quite a while. And keep in mind that it can fit only up to 100 curves simultaneously. So we are fitting right now 39 curves. Наверное, вот это стоит вырезать, когда он фитит будет. Не стоит оставить.
Пауза была, да?
Ну ладно, уже поздно, по-любому придется вырезать.
Пауза қойып,
Какая разница?
ну, бекер уақыт алмайсың.
В смысле?
Засорять это.
Бәрібір вырезать это звук. Okay, so at the end you will have this kind of message. I usually click no, and I don't want to move. I don't want to switch to the report sheet yet, so you can generally see how the fit looks on the very first of your curves. And these are all parameters, but they are also available in the nice table form. So you can delete it or wherever you like. You can just, you don't have to delete it. So here we have two more new sheets, and if you go to fit peak, you will see all the fit parameters in this large table, and they are presented in multiple ways. So there's also one like this one. So here we have all those files, the parameters. XC, it is the maxima, where the maxima is located, the amplitude of the peak, width, full width, half maximum of the peak, and also the standard error. Sometimes, but rarely, but sometimes it happens that Origin cannot make a proper feed, and you can actually see it if you take a look at the standard error. So they all should have rather similar standard error like that, around 0.001, a little less in this case. Sometimes if it goes like really, really off, like 10 times off, then it's probably Origin, for whatever reason, couldn't fit. So generally, at this point, I just copy this nice table, paste it here, and here we are. Very nice. So I want the peak value, amplitude, and full width half maximum. I delete everything else. So that's how you do the batch fitting. You can do the same thing for the other Boolean peak, and then put them all together in one big sheet, and then calculate the average or whatever you like. That's it.